I've popped up to the plot again, and I wanted to see how the autumn seed sowing's getting on. I'm inside one of the greenhouses, and I hope you can see that in this little patch here I've got mustard greens growing. They've germinated quite well. There's the odd one that's germinated on the outside of this cloche structure that I've created. It's a bit of a take on a cold frame actually. So the idea is that if it's really cold, I could always cover that over with this lid that I've got. Just a little bit of simple DIY. Put some hinges on, a bit of perspex, and I've got myself a cover. So that's worked out quite well. And this mild weather that we've had in September so far has contributed massively. Just over here, I've got some flat leaf parsley. These were just volunteer plants that were amongst the beds that I was turning over. So I dug them up and potted them on. And in these pots, I'm going to give them a bit more time to establish a strong root, and then I'll probably put them into a final position in the greenhouse and see if we can get some extension to the summer crops. I know we've entered autumn, but like I said, this Indian summer has helped. And likewise, it's been mild enough to be able to grow some mustard greens outside, as in get them germinated outside in these containers. This was just to keep I think the pigeons had got some of the other mustard greens that germinated earlier on in the year, so I just wanted to give it a bit of protection. So mustard greens, those of you who've followed the channel for a while will know it's one of our most important crops. It's so delicious, and it's peppery. Yeah, I want to say peppery. It's got a peppery taste to it. It's got a slightly spicy undertone, and is wonderful to add to your salad mix. And sticking with the theme of winter crops or late autumn crops, I want to show you this chard that I've got. I think this is the one that they call ruby chard, and the regular chard. And I've got a couple of patches of chard scattered around the plot. It's just another alternative. I want to say leafy green, but obviously they come in all sorts of interesting colours. I think this was from a pack of seeds that I grew that was labelled rainbow chard. So between the chard and the mustard greens, as well as coriander that I've got on the site, and the flat leaf parsley, it's not too bad for this time of the year. Oh, and before we close this episode off, I want to show you a success. A couple of years ago I saw Monty growing pumpkins vertically, and there's been lots said about the virtues of vertical gardening, and the area that was the polytunnel, I thought I'd use that and the framework for climbing some pumpkins and climbing marrows, and this is one of the last climbing marrows that's just hanging on. If I get close up, you can see that's pretty substantial, and if we follow the plant upwards, hopefully you can see that towards the top there's quite a substantial marrow that's resting there. So it's nice when something that you've planned turns out as you'd have hoped. So that's one of the successes, turning a negative into a positive, because the polytunnel was damaged by previous winter storms. Alright, thanks for checking out the video clips. See you soon.